Good morning, Newark High School. I'm Nate Cutting.
And I'm Gavin Short.
And this is ABCDEFG News.
Today, we're going to be talking about stereotypes. You've got your stereotypical stereotypes like,
Got the jocks, the Jews, the nerds.
the skinheads. But, what are stereotypes really? I mean, we throw them around so often. They must have some
Porpoise.
Well, you know, Nate, I was reading an article the other day by some really, really smart guy, and he said that, stereotypes aren't necessarily bad things. And I thought, well, that's certainly not what most people would say. But, he said that treating people as group members, or putting them into stereotypes, saves energy because it means that we can ignore all of the diverse and detailed information that is associated with individuals. He said that this is a good thing, because stereotypes give us a quick and easy explanation for why people are a certain way. I don't really get it, but maybe you have some thoughts on the...
As a matter of fact, I do. Take a high school, college, or whatever quarterback, okay? He's confident, he's cocky, he's good looking, okay? Stupid, alright? But we label him as a jock because that's a quick and easy way to associate with him why he's confident and cocky. But are athletes always the same? Let's take it away to Jim Fardashian at Newark High School. Jim?
Well, thanks, Jim. I think we've got some interesting things to talk about here.
I agree. Okay, that guy, Bill, okay, great looking guy, okay, GQ model.
Yeah,
all right,
wow.
But he's stupid.
Wow.
He was an idiot, okay, and Jim was just, he acknowledged it and he just wanted to push him along.
Yeah, no, Jim definitely thought that guy was an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Stupid. Real
Okay.
stupid. But, you know, with the second kid, Jim was really surprised about that.
Changed a lot.
You know, I don't think he expected that sort of humble, kind kid, especially when, you know, the first kid's holding a lax stick.
Mm-hmm.
He's an idiot. So the next kid you see holding a lax stick, you're going to expect he's an idiot. But Jim realized he wasn't, and once he sort of moved away from that first expectation, they really sort of developed a little bit of a
No,
bond.
I think Jim's idea totally changed. You know, it was North Pole, South Pole, North Pole. Okay,
Yeah.
Everything was switched, and it's because he had more information. He got to meet new people.
Right.
Okay?
He moved away from his original expectation. He allowed himself to do so, and they developed a real bond. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should show them this new
Yeah,
clip that we got.
it's
All
gonna
right,
be
take a
really
look
good.
at this, folks.
Hello!
Shut the hell up!
Why are you mad? Your grades suck?
Grades are awful. I bet they're worse than yours.
I don't think so. I got a 1.0.
Damn, those were pretty bad. But
Hmm.
you're still a nerd.
Why are you so mad at me?
Stop with the damn questions. Questions. That's all you guys ask. I bet you have no friends as well.
Well, actually, I have quite a few.
Okay, imaginary friends, pet rocks, all those don't count.
Okay, well, actually, I have a party to go to. It's with the high school football team. I'm pretty excited.
What the heck, man? I wasn't invited.
Well, maybe that's because you're mean to everybody.
Shut up, man. You're still a nerd.
Okay, bye. Bye-bye. Adios. Sayonara.
Well, I tell you what, Kevin, that was a wonderful production put on by the ABCDEFG Studios.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we did a good job.
I think that was good.
I was a
I'm
good
gonna pat
camera
myself
man.
on the back. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm done.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, to analyze the video just to start off, I think it's fair to say that that skit that we just put on, it shares some similarities with
Parallels.
Jim's interviews at Norwalk High. You know, in both situations you sort of got someone who's getting stereotyped for acting a certain way.
Mm-hmm. No, I definitely think so. So you see in the first one, Jim initially stereotypes Bill. Very, very good looking Bill. All right, call me.
You
Bill,
look,
if you're
you
seeing
look a
this,
lot
call
like
me.
Bill, actually.
Thank you. But anyway, Bill was an idiot. He was a moron, okay? So what Jim decided to do is Jim automatically categorized him as a lax bro. And so when he met the second person, the second person allowed him to change his views, change his opinions, but that was really quite evident in our skit now, wasn't it?
No, it's important to note the change that Jim had towards in his second interview, he assumed that that kid was going to be just another lax bro like the first one. But he proved Jim to be completely wrong. He totally deviated from that stereotype, and Jim was sort of able to develop a good relationship with that kid. There was good interaction there. In our video, Mr. Angry, the angry kid, he sees Mr. Nerd, and he says, "Look, Mr. Nerd, you're a nerd. I know you. I'm done with this. I don't like you. Go away." And, the nerd provides evidence that he's really not a nerd. He's got a 1.0 GPA. He's going to parties with the football team.
Not very nerdy,
That's not very nerdy.
No.
But Mr. Angry insists on the fact that Mr. Nerd is a nerd when he's really not. And because of his insistence that Mr. Nerd is something he is not, there's really a kind of a negative social interaction going on there.
That's absolutely right.
Because Mr. Angry just can't change his initial views.
I agree. And to help prove our point, we are going to bring in world renowned. I think would just be bare minimum. I mean, they know in Mars, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Mr. Samwise Gandhi is here in the studio. Sam, where are you, Sam?
Sam? Hold on a minute.
Okay. 1 second, please.
Sorry for the interruption there, folks, but we're back live and you're watching ABCDEFG News. I'm Gavin Schirsch, and my co-host Nate Cutting is probably dead. I don't know where he is, actually. Fortunately, we found his replacement in the form of Samwise Gandhi. Sam, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Now, as the real professional here on Stereotypes, why don't you tell us sort of what we've really been talking about over the past few minutes?
Yes, informing about stereotypes. Well, you see, we're really looking at two different paths that stereotypes can take, okay? They either inhibit future social interaction, or they serve as a starting template for the growth of relationships.
Okay, so what do you mean when you say template? You say that stereotypes can actually help develop and start relationships?
Exactly. Stereotyping allows people to attempt to interact with each other, as they use their assumptions about each other to open lines of communication. People learn more about each other, and their assumptions slowly turn to known facts, deepening the relationship between people.
You said stereotypes can inhibit the development of relationships as well, yes?
Yes. Well, if you fail to accept that your initial assumptions about a person will almost never be accurate, you're likely to ignore what you've learned about them and continue to believe in your original, inaccurate stereotype.
Makes
To
sense.
use your example, Jim developed a sort of connection with his second interviewee because he ignored his initial assumption that the kid was going to be as moronic as the first. He stereotyped the kid, but gave him a chance, and ended up being pleasantly surprised. Whereas, in the video with the jerk and the jerk stereotyped the nerd immediately and refused to modify that first assumption, which prevented any sort of connection between the two.
So people have to be willing to modify their initial assumptions about people to really develop a relationship.
Exactly. Stereotypes only work for initiating dialogue between people. But if they become the focus for interaction going forward, then no real connection can develop. People must focus on learning about each other, using their stereotype as a foundation for this learning. Stereotypes cannot maintain relationships on their own because they are simply inaccurate representations used to give people a starting point for interaction. They are a useful social tool, but only work when they are left to initiate, rather than develop relationships.
Interesting stuff. Well, I think that about wraps up our feature on stereotypes. You're watching ABCDEFG News, and we'll be back tomorrow with more.
And now, making his first ever appearance live on ABCDEFG News Studio, the one, the only, Samwise Gandhi.
Period 4. Thank you, my friends.